Hello and welcome back to another episode of my lore playthrough. As you can see, something changed. Our heal has evolved into Stone Skin. With that we gain more defense, but also a bit more heal, because heal levels of 4 HP. And also, what is also new is, as you can see, I have a new weapon that dropped from stacks. This one is gonna be important later, if you're gonna go on Mage or a Priest. But for now you can keep it because it's very strong. And on today's guide we're gonna look into getting our first armor for our characters. As you can see, for warrior it's the copper armor, and for that we need around level 12 for the chest, level 11 for the plates, and level 11 I say German level 11 for the copper boots. Sorry for that, my German came through. Yeah, I would suggest that we just grind to level 12 now. But where are we gonna do this? So as you probably saw in the last grinding session, it's gonna be a bit slow at some point around here at Deers. So to get it faster we go to the next area. And the third trooper can help us with that. He needs 10 boss tusks and gives us a new pigskin shield that is also level 12. So we're gonna continue towards the swine pits to get this level and to get some armor later on. But before we're doing this, I'm gonna make another interlude and show you the other evolved heals real quick from the rogue and the mage and priest. The mage and priest have the same one, so I'm gonna see you in a few minutes and then we're gonna start slaughtering some pigs. So switching to a rogue reveals a second healing skill that makes us get more dodge chance. I don't know the name, but as you can see in abilities, it's called evasion, grants you 116 heal, but also gives you, as I said, more dodge chances. So your dodge ability is more likely with the rogue. The priest on the other hand and the mage, I'm gonna do this pretty fast here, so we can continue with the main guide. Our mage gains, I think, one of the best healing skills called barrier. As you can see, you get barrier health and get healed, and the barrier health is pretty interesting, because it can soak a lot of damage. You can see 130 from 180, that means we get 40 barrier health, and this 40 barrier health can't be over damage. That means if something deals me 50 damage, 40 damage will be lost. There we are again. So going over this bridge, you're gonna enter the swine pits, and as you can see, those are the first aggressive mobs. They will attack you on sight, so gonna be careful. But with our weapons and our trapper armor we have it pretty easy at first fighting them. Just use your skills appropriately and try to bait around 2 to 3 enemies at once. Those boss could be a bit harder because they're stronger, but this and this priest helped me there though. But yeah, as always, just bait 2 to 3 enemies at once, and you're gonna upgrade very quickly. And at some point they're gonna drop soft hide 2 and this meat, but they can also drop, of course, the boar tusks. They're gonna be pretty important later to get a pigskin shield. You can even, with multi-target weapons, you can even kite free, and this priest is still helping me, so that's pretty important. This is also like a good opportunity to explain how the party system works. To invite someone into party, you just click on his profile. Wait, I'm gonna kill them first. You just click on that profile and click invite to party, and then they can accept. I won't invite the 45 player into the party, because if, for example, the party players are too far away from the level, they're not gonna get any kind of they're not gonna get XP. So a level, like I say, 50 player can take a level 10 player towards a late game area and grind with him there, because this of course would be kind of cheating. So try to make parties with players around your same level, and then you can easily grind with them together. I will suggest duo parties because this is the best one for XP, and also in duo parties you tackle enemies with yellow to orange numbers. And this is how we're gonna continue for now, until we hit level 12. And then I'm gonna show how to make armor for all classes. and then I'm gonna see you in a bit. Okay, another quick tip before we go into armor crafting. As a wizard, you maybe be realizing that your wand at some point doesn't do that much damage. So on the carpentry table, that is at the left side to Geraldo, you can, under wands, make your wood wand or the oak wand. It's pretty good, deals a very good amount of damage, and I recommend it for you to grind faster, cause your first stuff is first unlocked on like level 20, or you are lucky and get the shepherd stuff from killing boars. But otherwise, getting the oak wand is a pretty good idea if you want to do more damage. So, there we are again. I reached level 5 in mining and also smithing, and before we can get copper, we need a new pickaxe. That would be the tin pickaxe for 2 oak boards and 2 tin bars. Oak boards can, as I told you, be made at the carpentry station, the left side from Geraldo. On the map it will be around here. And from there on, as soon as we craft it, we can replace our old flimsy pickaxe with it and just sell it to Geraldo. It's only worth 1 gold, so you can take it. So doing that, we can start getting the copper we need. It gets automatically equipped in here, by the way, if you press it, and replaces the old one. So to get the new armor, we need, to be exact, 27 copper and 18 coal. So we're gonna gather this around here in the swine pits. The only danger you have here is that, you know, the hogs will sometimes attack you. So we start gathering those now. It's a pretty easy process, you don't need many resources, so we're gonna do this real quick. And then we're gonna craft ourselves the copper armor. For that you need, of course, the breastplate, the leg pieces and the boots. And with that we have a pretty strong warrior soon that can take on the next enemies. But how we're gonna progress, I'm gonna explain you after I showed how to get every kind of armor for all 4 classes to get you started with, you know, the armor crafting of every class and the progression. And that's the basics for now, and I'm gonna see you with the other classes, and then I have some closing words on how to progress to level 15, and then I'm gonna see you in episode 3. So let's start with the mage and the priest. The mage and the priest get their armors above here. If you go from the swine pits towards here, you can see here is the tailoring shop. For that we need light cotton fabric that can be obtained from free cotton. And the mage usually goes on light mantle, light trousers down here, and light slippers. And that together is 78 cotton with, you know, the yarn, with the thread for also 6 cotton. I need it in between. So for the level 12 mage armor you need light mantle, light trousers and light slippers for 78 cotton. And the priest can also go on light vestments, light waders and light slippers, but he can also go on light robes. I see that very often picked with mage that they use light robes. Me too, I also use light robes. And this one would put the copper, not the copper, but this one will put the cotton you need onto 126 instead of 78. So you're gonna see whatever you want to grind the most, but I will suggest you just go on light robes and then go towards light waders and also light slippers. So this is the priest equipment. Cotton can be easily found also down at the swine pits. I'm just going there now. Cotton is, as you can see, this one, and the swine pits have a lot of it. So you can just easily pick it up and put it to your inventory if I don't get attacked by everything. But you see, that's the downside of the spot. In lower levels the pigs will attack you on sight. This vanishes as soon as you gain like a higher level. But for lower levels it's gonna be a bit annoying, because you know they're gonna constantly attack you while picking cotton. But if you don't want to get through the stress of picking cotton, if everything attacks you every second, then I can suggest you start farming some cotton on the other side of the river. Here there's not that much, but you can still get some good amount of cotton here. And then you just pick it until you got the amount of cotton you need. And then you go back to the tailoring station. Once you got enough cotton, you start just making those fabrics until level 5, and then you make thread, and you need around, as you can see, light roses need 1 thread, elemental 2, 3, and the feet need also 1, so you need 4 threads. That means you put around 24 cotton aside to make 6 threads, and the rest of the cotton you just use to get level 5, because then you should have enough light cotton fabric to just make the armor pieces. And the priest needs a bit more, so you'll put 36 cotton aside, make the rest of the cotton you have available to level 5, and then make the one you put aside 2 threads, and then you have enough to make priest and mage armor. And that's it for this class. For the rogue, you're gonna go to the level working station above here. There's also a carpentry station if you want to know that, and also a smithing station, though most people just use the one down here and the one down there because it's like closer to a bank. But as you can see, here you can make flimsy leather, and you go into flimsy coat, the flimsy boots, and the flimsy strides. And as you can see, you need rotten pelts for the flimsy leather, but also for the armor you need the threads. So if you're gonna go on to crafting, I would suggest that you start with Haven to level 5 first, so you can make the threads. And as you can see, you need 3 threads in total. So in the end, you need 16 rotten pelts obtainable from rabbits, and 3 threads. That means you need 18 cotton. And that's it. You start grinding those armors, then you're level 12, and from there I can show you what to do next. As you can see, the next enemy after you got all the new armor will be the vultures, and the vultures are level 15. You can start farming them as soon as you get the first armor, but what you can also do is pretty simple. You can grind to level 14 first at the boss, and try to get some weapons. As you can saw my mage before, I had the shepherd staff. Wait, I can just switch it in lifetime so you can see it. You see the shepherd staff can be equipped at level 12 and also drops from, what is that bug? Oh, I can't move. If you somehow stuck, just press D. But as you can see, the shepherd staff is pretty good and can be dropped from boss at level 12, so you can grind until you have that one, or just hit level 14. And also same for warriors, you can use the Razorback Mauler that also drops from the boss, but is a level 14 required item, and is pretty good. Rogues can also use it, by the way, so you can grind a bit longer at the boss if you want, but you can also start getting vultures for feathers. And that's it for now. I will just grind all the armors, and then I see you in the next video, or I do a little interlude with the Kiva quest. I may make it in the next video. So the next goal till the next video for you will be just get the class you play onto level 15, get the armor I showed you, and then you see you have a new skill, and then I explain you what items you pick with the vulture feathers from here in the next video, so in episode 3, and then from the vulture quest I will explain what your new skill does, and I also explain you how to continue from that on. And then you basically got the early game done, and we can finally start a bit with lore, because then we can finally into the board mines. The game opens up a lot, and from there the lore playthrough begins. I don't know if we're gonna continue to play the other classes, but I will just see. And I hope you liked this video, I hope it helps, and I see you next time. Goodbye.